we are back. Last episode we talked all about Epstein-Barr and how to help tackle it from the stress piece, and today we are going to talk about Epstein-Barr and all the little things that you could do for the nutrition and lifestyle piece.
So one thing that we talked about, which we thought was super important, was your adrenals. Anytime you have Epstein-Barr, you need to support your adrenals too, because your adrenals are your stress response. And so we want to keep that at bay. And for me, actually it's 2:00 right now. After this video, I'm going to go take my adrenals. And because I have Epstein-Barr and I want to always keep it at bay, I just take adrenals support every day. But you want to keep the adrenals fed properly so that they can respond properly so that you don't get sick. And we can put that in our list of what we do, the adrenal support and the magnesium 3 and 8. But it's also, you want to make sure you do it at 2:00 because that's when your adrenals pop back on and off. And then you want to make sure you're getting to bed before 10:00 because that's when the adrenals do the same thing. If you've ever noticed, when you go to bed late, past 10:00 or 10:30, it's hard to fall asleep. But that's because your adrenals are okay, it's time to stay up. We're staying up. And then lastly, don't look at your phone first thing in the morning, because that basically puts your brain right in fight or flight.
Yeah.
And hydrate first thing in the morning.
And so the adrenal support that she's talking about that we can send to you if you'd like it, the reason why that works is because it has adaptogens in it. So that's very useful if you're someone who has Epstein-Barr, which you probably do because most people do, 95%.
That's if you have mono, if you've ever had mono before.
And so what adaptogens do, and this is very helpful because like she mentioned in the last video, is you can't just turn off your life. If you're breathing, you're probably stressed out. And so what adaptogens do is they help your body cope with that stress, and they nourish their adrenals, which pumps cortisol and adrenaline. And if your cortisol is always high, that's going to have an effect on your immune system and lower the immune system. So what she's talking about and what we can recommend to you, that's going to help nourish those areas so your body can have the tools to properly fight the stress, if you will. Two things that I personally love to use and that I have found that has helped, especially if you're someone who gets cold sores, you'll know what I'm talking about. You get the little tingly feeling. I've taken these when I get the tingly feeling, and then I don't get a cold sore. So it's been a godsend. And so those two things are andrographis, which I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. It's an herb. And then olive leaf extract. Both of them act very similar. They're both antiviral, and they actually directly target Epstein-Barr virus, and it keeps it from the virus replicating. So it wreaks less havoc on your body. It boosts your immune system. It actually reduces inflammation, and that is a game changer because that's kind of what makes you feel so achy when it's flared up. And it also helps promote liver detoxification, which can be important because sometimes when you're fighting Epstein-Barr virus and you're boosting the immune system, sometimes you can have little die-off symptoms that doesn't make you feel very good. So that's going to help flush all of that stuff out. I take them with each other. So just anytime if you're feeling very highly stressed, or if you feel like your immune system has taken a hit, because that can activate Epstein-Barr too, is when you're actually getting sick. So this is really good to have in your arsenal, in your cabinet at all times, just when you feel something flaring up.
I actually will take, when I start to feel it flaring up, I will usually up my vitamin C. I up my zinc, and a lot of times I'll take the wellness formula because it's got everything in it.
Yeah.
And it will knock whatever you have.
It probably has those herbs in it too.
It does. It has astragalus. It has all of it in it, and it has everything in it. The wellness formula. So, and then nettles. So the reason I love nettles, 2 reasons. One, it helps take down the inflammation for the Epstein-Barr, but nettles also is very good for this time of the year because of allergies. So obviously because it takes down the inflammation, but it literally it's a game changer. Because typically right now, all the, everything's starting to bloom and the yellow little leaves, I don't even know what those trees are. But anyways, I'm a mess. But nettles is I take 2 of those in the morning, stinging nettles, and I'm good. But what it says in my little book, it talks about nettles is for the blood and central nervous system, particularly in the brain. This top adaptogenic herb is also an anti-inflammatory for those organs affected with EBV. It's incredible for bringing you back to homeostasis, getting your body balanced again so everything functions better, including your lymphatic system, liver, and blood. So yeah, I do love that little stinging nettles. Selenium's great. That's great for your hormones too. All of it. Magnesium.
Yeah, so also that kind of comes down to the basics of your nutrition. You really want to get a foundation of nutrition that's going to support your gut health because 70% of your immune system is actually in your gut. So it's important to make sure your gut health is in check and that you're eating whole foods, because those whole foods are going to have the vitamins and minerals and nutrients that you're needing, including selenium. You can eat Brazil nuts to nourish your gut. You can have bone broth that's going to give you collagen.
I love bone broth. But the good bone, there's bona fide bone broth that's really good. I mean, it's all good, but I love because the bona fide has the collagen in it. You can see it, like,
yeah,
it's
you want to
frozen.
make sure it's good quality.
Yeah, not like, what is it, Pacific, whatever that is, where it's just bone broth and it's really, you know what I'm saying? Okay.
Yeah. You know that it's
like
good bone broth because if it goes in the fridge, it will turn into like a jelly.
Yes.
And that's the collagen.
Yes.
You want to focus on antioxidant rich foods, so berries are really great. You can also utilize a lot of good spices when you cook, so turmeric, ginger, garlic, and onions are very good for the immune system.
But be careful of garlic because it can burn your tongue if you put too much in it. I made a dressing and I had too much garlic and it burned my tongue.
Yeah, be careful.
So but I'm not a great cook, so. But like wild blueberries help restore the central nervous system and flush the EBV. Turmeric helps restore thyroid tissue.
Oh, raw honey.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Best replenishing fuel there is to feed and revitalize the thyroid. The glucose and other nutrients in raw honey practically get mainlined into the thyroid to feed the gland. An antiviral too that helps fight EBV with its zinc content.
And also on the flip side, sorry, this is not the fun part, but there are foods you want to avoid if you're having a flare-up, especially. Oh, yeah. So the big ones that people talk about are gluten and dairy are big ones.
But the biggest one is eggs.
We actually learned that when they were testing Epstein-Barr in the labs, that they were actually growing it in eggs, and because it feeds off of it, and so it keeps it alive. So that's just something to think about, and that's why you just want to stay away from eggs while you're flared up, because it's going to help keep replicating it. Yeah,
I mean, I used to love eggs, and I'll be honest, with this Epstein-Barr, like, I couldn't figure out, like, I was doing some of this stuff, but I ate eggs all the time because it's a very easy way to get protein. And once I stopped the eggs, like, my gut started to settle down. I mean, I've never had gluten for probably, like, I don't know, 6 or 7 years, so I haven't had that. But the dairy too, like, well, I forget about dairy because I love cheese and I just probably don't want to remember about it. But the egg piece is a big deal. And so you have to do your best to, figure out other ways to get the protein in the morning. But eggs are a big deal.
Yeah. And it's not forever because like I was kind of flared up and having issues and I stayed away from eggs, and I feel like our bodies are meant to heal. You just have to give it a chance. So if that means staying away from certain things for a certain amount of time, like that's going to serve you best. So there was a long time I didn't eat any eggs, but then my body got to a really good spot. Like your body, it's called homeostasis. Your body wants to be in balance. You just have to help it along when it's struggling. So I feel like I'm at a good place now, so now I'm eating eggs and I feel fine. But if I ever get to a state where I feel like I'm flared up and I'm having those symptoms, then I'll just cut them out again. So it's not forever. It's just getting your body to a neutral, balanced state.
Well, and I just read this too. So nuts, but especially walnuts, Brazil nuts, and almonds hold trace minerals such as zinc, selenium, manganese that are helpful in supporting the thyroid. But this is interesting. Walnuts, for example, hold antiviral and antibacterial phytochemical compounds that inhibit EBV from proliferating in the liver, spleen, and thyroid. Go get yourself some walnuts.
I love walnuts. I get chocolate-covered walnuts for desserts.
Chocolate-covered walnuts?
For dessert. Oh. After dinner, after my protein-rich dinner, that helps reduce the insulin spike.
And then do you do jumping jacks so the glucose doesn't go?
I usually go up and down my stairs because I'm doing some sort of laundry.
Okay, you do.
Another thing that you just, while you're having a flare-up, is trying to cut down on excess caffeine and alcohol intake. Both of these things can stress out your adrenals and your immune system. I know we all feel like we need alcohol to unwind and things like that. Not me either. But it really serves no purpose for our body at all.
No, but I think it's a social thing.
Okay, but I'm going to tell you with the social piece, I understand that. But
they can
there's all sorts of mocktails out there.
All right, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
And she can send you a recipe because she loves her mocktails. She's got all kinds of silly things that she does.
And even if you're out, these days I feel like it's becoming more popular. Like if you're out at a restaurant, even if they don't make them, if you say, hey, can you make me a mocktail? They're always going to oblige you.
Or you can just get a virgin. So like a Bloody Mary. Yeah. I love the Bloody Mary mix. You just get a virgin. And some of those places make really good Bloody Marys. Like they're like a whole meal.
I like the tomato juice.
But then also the sleep, right? So the sleep is super important. also. So if we can get rid of like the alcohol at night. So if it is a habit, just replace it with either a mocktail or with maybe a tea. Like you just got, so the reason you see my hand is because I'm like, oh, it's the habit. It's the habit of holding it.
Yeah.
Just like how people say it's a cigarette.
Yeah.
I never smoked, but they say that it's the hand thing, like the movement. So that's what, like, it's like a habit and you have like a relationship with this.
Yes.
So the hand thing.
Yeah. And the great thing, if you do this at home and you make your mocktails at home, a lot of these good herbs that are really good, like you can get olive leaf and andrographis in tincture form. So you can even add it to your mocktails and have it be like a functional mocktail that's actually helping your body. And you can add magnesium to help you relax. There's a lot of things that will have calming effects on your body. And let us know if you want any recommendations on that too. Like I love mocktails.
Maybe you could put a little recipe in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she does. Look, she gets even excited about it. It's a lot of work for me at night because I'm tired. I can barely cook, so to put all the stuff in it, I just drink the plain can.
But I do that because, like, I know a lot of people, they drink to like unwind, and you can actually get similar feelings. I mean, you won't be drunk, but you'll feel calm and you'll actually sleep better because alcohol also impairs your sleep. So then when you're not sleeping to go into that point, that's gonna knock down your immune system too.
If you don't sleep, then your hormones, everything's off. Like your adrenals are off, everything's off, and then your cortisol's up, you're craving sugar, you're eating carbs, you're making bad choices, then you're stressed out, and then you're on a whole roller coaster.
We just made a 2-part series all about sleep, so if you haven't watched that, let that be your next one to watch because we're going to tell you and share with you in that video all about how you can optimize your sleep. In the comments, write Epstein-Barr and we'll send you all of our information in PDF packets, all with this information. There's so much out there, but it's really about getting to the basics and the foundations of taking care of yourself because you deserve it.
Yeah, you do deserve it. You're doing good, sweetie.
You're doing great, sweetie.
Have a great day.
Have a great day. Love you. Bye.